The night after WrestleMania and the fallout is here. Welcome to Monday Night Raw live from the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. We've got one hell of a slobber knocker of a show lined up for you here tonight. And what a stat card we have from top to bottom. It's going to be one for the ages. Well, we are kicking things off here in the American Airlines Center, and our main event tonight, a rematch from WrestleMania. CM Punk challenges Cody Rhodes again. This time Cody will be checked. And also tonight, Roman Reigns, after that loss to MJF, is in the building. He's in the American Airlines Center. What will the Tribal Chief have to say tonight? And also tonight, Penta continues the road of the Open Challenge. Who will answer the call? Penta defends the United States Championship live here on Raw. Also, new WWE Women's Champion Paige, as well as new WWE Women's World Heavyweight Champion Stephanie Vaquer, will be in the building tonight. We'll hear from both of those two following their WrestleMania victories. And also tonight, and closing the show, John Cena is in the building. He beat Bren at WrestleMania, but what is next for the Never Seen 17? We'll find out tonight. And also Seth freaking Rollins. He beat Dominic Mysterio and inserted himself into the main event. How will Rollins explain his actions at WrestleMania? Listen to this ovation. The showstopper is here. And he's in the building tonight. This man has been named the new Raw General Manager. And with Shawn Michaels' guidance, Raw may be looking to get show-stopping. The Heartbreak Kid is live in the American Airlines Center tonight. It's going to be very interesting to see how his first night as General Manager unfolds.
Dallas, Texas, American Airlines Center. The Heartbreak Kid is back. And as your newly appointed general manager of Monday Night Raw, I'm here to shake things up. No more politics, no more favorites, no more boring shows. The landscape of Raw is about to change forever. First order of business, we're giving the people what they want. A WrestleMania rematch for the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk one more time on Monday Night Raw because these two aren't finished with each other yet. We also have the new World Heavyweight Champion Jacob Fatu in the building, and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is here after what happened with MJF. This night is already electric, but that's just the beginning because the Heartbreak Kid is in charge now, and I promise you, nothing will ever be the same again on Raw. So buckle up, Dallas, because Monday Night Raw just got a whole lot sexier and a whole lot more dangerous.
Things just got a whole lot more interesting for the showstopper.
Another one bites the dust. I just made Braun Breaker tap out in the middle of this ring, exactly like I said I would.
And this crowd's certainly no fan of Gunther here tonight. They're making that very clear.
Now that both world titles are on Raw, the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship, it is a no-brainer what comes next. I am the best wrestler on this planet, and I will not wait in line for opportunity. Opportunity will come to me. Shawn Michaels, I know you're watching. You always love to talk about Bret Hart. Well, let me tell you something. Bret Hart was always my favorite. Unlike you, Shawn, I don't need a screw job to beat the best. I don't need tricks or politics. I simply break them. So to the new champions, Cody, Jacob, I am coming for both of those titles. And I will take what I want.
Well, well, well. Speak of the devil. Gunther, you've got a lot of nerve coming out here running your mouth, talking about Bret Hart and taking shots at me. You want opportunity? You want to be treated like the best in the world? Fine, you got it. Tonight, right here on Raw, I'm making an executive decision as general manager. Gunther, you're in action tonight, and I've handpicked the perfect opponent for you. Someone who will give you exactly what you asked for. Get ready, Gunther, because your night just got a whole lot harder.
Well, it looks like Gunther is going to have to go into the back and get his gear on because Shawn Michaels has a plan, and that plan involves the Ring General. Well, Gunther, fresh off the victory of that submission match at WrestleMania over Braun Breaker, makes his way to the ring for the first match of year 2 of Universe Mode. This man has been on an absolute tear lately. You can feel the energy shift whenever Gunther enters the arena. But the question remains, who has Shawn Michaels got in mind for the Ring General? One thing's for sure, on Gunther's side, it won't really matter, to be honest. Gunther will do his very best to make sure that he is the one standing just like he was at WrestleMania. Well, the tension is palpable as Gunther awaits his potential opponent here inside the Raw ring. Oh boy. Business is about to pick up. The Tsar Ilya Dragunov is the man in question. You thought WrestleMania was a slobber knocker tonight. We got two men who are tougher than a $2 steak going to go at it. It's going to be an absolute slobber knocker in itself. Of course, Ilya Dragunov formerly competing for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Tonight, he looks to put down the ring General Gunther. It's going to be very interesting to see how this one works. Of course, these two with a massive feud on NXT UK in the past. Tonight on the main roster of Monday Night Raw, they're going to open the show with an absolutely incredible display of technical prowess and pure brilliance. Well, it's going to be a slobber knocker, that's for damn sure. Business is about to pick up here inside the American Airlines Center. Ilya Dragunov with a massive point to prove. And will it be at the expense of Gunther? We're about to find out in just a few minutes, folks. Well, like I said earlier, tougher than a $2 steak, these two. It's going to be a war of attrition from the opening bell, which has sounded. Gunther, of course, walking out of New Orleans, head held high. Ilya Dragunov with a point to prove. It's going to be a very interesting dynamic here between these two gentlemen. A lot of history there. We're going to start with a collar and elbow tie-up. They're really jockeying for position. Technical wrestling outside the gate, and Gunther's going to overpower Ilya. A little bit of showboating here from the ring general. Has he earned the right to do that? A huge clothesline from Ilya. Now Ilya feeling the momentum based off this Dallas, Texas crowd here on Monday Night Raw. He's going to look to keep the pace up. That's a huge kick to the midsection from Gunther. Swinging neck breaker, beautifully executed from Gunther. A knee drop to follow. He's as tough as they come, this Gunther. They don't really make them like him anymore. Of course, both these men are tough in their own right, and what an incredible reversal that is from Ilya Dragunov. Awareness and clothesline, turning him inside out. Ilya going to keep on Gunther. That would be the best tactic. Good grief. Do you see that? Kick in the corner. Ilya, incredible kick there. Now we're going to see a submission hold applied. Torture act on the knee. Of course, that will slow down the ring general for sure. Locked in here, tightly squeezed. And Gunther needs to escape here. Ilya starting to take control now, but Gunther is going to fight out. The missile drop kick from Gunther. The atmosphere in this arena tonight is absolutely electric. And off the edge of the ring apron goes Gunther. Ilya is aware there. Going to continue the assault. We're going to take this to the announcer's desk, maybe. It's going to get a bit down and dirty at the announcer's desk. Of course, these two gentlemen into the steps goes Ilya. Turned inside out by the steel steps. Gunther helping Ilya on his way there. Gunther going to keep on the pressure here. He's starting to dominate this match in the early stages. We thought Ilya was taking control, but it's now shifted to Gunther. Of course, Gunther, a couple of weeks back from Braun Breaker, was running like a scalded dog. Now he's got that victory, of course, in a submission match. Nevertheless, didn't expect anything less from Gunther to walk out victorious. He's going to go for a submission hold here on Ilya Dragunov. What resilience shown from Ilya. He's as tough as they come. I mentioned it earlier. Ilya Dragunov, tougher than a $2 steak. A huge clothesline and Gunther gets caught. Because the storied past of these two gentlemen is one that cannot be ignored. In NXT UK, Gunther might be looking for a big move here. A sidewalk slam. And back planted on the mat. Going to go for the pinfall here is Gunther. Of course, that sidewalk slam was beautifully executed from Gunther. He is himself a rather technical wrestler rather than a high flyer or anything else. And fighting back here is Ilya Dragunov. Gunther falls into the trap, headbutt by Dragunov. Firing back with everything he's got, and that's exactly what Ilya Dragunov's got to do tonight. The huge crossbody avoided. Gunther steps out the way. When Gunther, oh my God, Gunther with a huge powerbomb out of nowhere. Ilya's in trouble here. The referee is down and a kick out. Not just yet. He's as tough as they come, Ilya Dragunov, absorbing so much punishment, and he's still in the match. Now Gunther going to turn his attention to the referee. Of course, the officials got quite a bit of grief at WrestleMania. Can't imagine that it's the referee's fault here. You're in the ring with a very tough, a very resilient man in Ilya Dragunov. You've got to get the job done. It's going to take more than one powerbomb. Maybe not for normal humans, but calling Ilya Dragunov human sometimes feels like a little bit underwhelming. European uppercut from Gunther as he just continues to take control in this match. And a bit of frustration there from Gunther, punching out at the sky. These two have so much history in NXT UK, it's more than personal. Outside the ring, and sent to the outside goes Gunther from Ilya. Costa Sar going to risk it all now. He's going to risk absolutely everything and dive into the outside. Back in the ring, of course, that's where the match will be won. Ilya Dragunov going to take him back in there. Stomping the arm. This is good strategy, this, from Ilya Dragunov. Wear down the arm, of course. Gunther, we know his signature move is a sleeper hold. Of course, limiting his ability to put that in effectively can really massively increase Ilya Dragunov's chances of winning here tonight. Nice German from Ilya Dragunov. Feels like momentum's beginning to shift in the direction of the Tsar. And a huge clothesline, turning Gunther inside out. The hell's Ilya got in mind here? To the top rope, risking it all. And a senton from the top rope. Right down the button, that sent. Oh God, we're going to see the H-bomb. Connects. Gunther might be KO'd. My God, what a move. And he almost had him. So close. I definitely thought that was it. Ilya definitely put many superstars away with that move. Another clothesline, this time telegraphed by Gunther into the neck breaker. There's another reaction from the crowd. Fight forever. And a sleeper hold applied by Gunther. It's locked in like a koala. Somehow, somewhere, Ilya Dragunov manages to get to the ropes. Gunther just hysterically laughing here. This match is breaking down into a show of technical excellence. Lovely scoop slam there from Gunther. He's just going to admire his work, of course. Contra the ring general. Reversal here from Ilya Dragunov. And oh wow, a torpedo Moscow in the center of the ring. This could be it, folks. from the top rope. Connects with a knee drop to the midsection. This could be over right here. This could definitely be over right here. Huge clubbing blow to the face. What the hell's he going for here? Oh God, he's going to try and make Gunther tap out. This could be over right here, folks. Gunther, we saw him in that Steiner recliner at WrestleMania, and now he's locked in a camel clutch by none other than the Tsar, Ilya Dragunov. The reaction from this crowd tells the story. Gunther gets out. They were willing Ilya Dragunov on there. And a huge chop from Gunther. Absorbing so much punishment, Ilya Dragunov, and he's still in this. And now another sleep hold locked in. Now Ilya could be fading. Ilya could be fainting. And Ilya's night could be over. We saw Bron Breakker tap out of that move. And Ilya passes out. Oh, and here comes Breakker. Breakker beating the living daylights. He's still not done with Gunther by all means. And a huge spear from the badass. A hard-fought win for Gunther. But at the expense of Bron Breakker's embarrassment, he's not going to get to celebrate that here tonight in Dallas. The hell's Bron Breakker got in mind? Sending Gunther to the outside. Hold on a minute. I just don't believe what we're seeing here. Bron Breakker is here. Live and in living colour. And he's looking to send a message to the ring general Gunther. And into the barricade goes Gunther. Because let's not forget, Gunther's just had that hellacious match. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Bron Breakker now. Huge spear on the outside. Taking down the ring general. Crowd chanting one more time. Breakker is having a word with the referee who's been saying, Charles Robinson, get back in the ring. Gunther gonna say, Bron Breakker gonna have a word with him. Well, here comes Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. Last Sunday at WrestleMania, Roman Reigns came up short against MJF in what was supposed to be the biggest match of the year. Now, there's no denying that he was pinned, but there was controversy, folks. Seth Rollins and Jon Moxley got involved late in that match. Many people believe that their interference was what ultimately cost Roman Reigns the victory at WrestleMania Sunday. Whether you agree with that or not, folks, one thing is for certain: the head of the table does not take kindly to outside interference. He sure as hell won't forget it, I can assure you that. Well, let's hear what Roman Reigns has to say based on what happened and what went down last Sunday at WrestleMania.
I've been sitting with this all week. Losing to MJF at WrestleMania Night 2 still burns deeper than any loss I've ever had in this company. Ooh, I had that match won. I could feel it. The crowd could feel it. I was about to put MJF away, and then Seth Rollins had to insert himself into my business. Everyone in the back has been looking at me different, like I let them down, like I let the whole WWE down. And you know what? Maybe I did. I'm supposed to be the tribal chief, the face of this company. And one night, one interference, and it all slipped away. I don't need the bloodline. I don't need anyone to fight my battles. But Seth, you had no right to be out there. You cost me everything. And now I'm the one left standing here explaining myself while you're probably laughing in the back. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. And I'm done making excuses. But one thing is clear. Seth Rollins and I are not finished. So Seth, if you're back there watching, you know where to find me. Because we're going to settle this like men.
Well, here's the man I want to hear from. Here's the man I want the explanation from.
Roman, you stand there acting like I ruined your big moment. But let's be real for once in your life. I couldn't sit in the back and watch the company I helped build get represented by a part-time tribal chief who shows up when he feels like it while the rest of us bust our asses every single week. And yeah, I'm gonna say it. It was always bullshit that you were the face of the Shield, the big dog, the main focus, when everybody with eyes knew I was the best wrestler in that group. I've carried this company on my back while you were off making movies. And last Sunday, I wasn't going to let you drop the ball for everyone. So yeah, I got involved. Now you want to blame me? Fine. But deep down, you know I'm right. And deep down, you know we need to settle this. So here it is, Roman. I'm begging you. Backlash in St. Louis, one-on-one. Just you and me. And if I lose, I'll never challenge you one-on-one again. That's how badly I want this. One match to prove who the real top guy is. So what do you say, Roman? You man enough to give me that shot? Or are you still hiding behind your family?
You know what, Seth? I've sat back and listened to you run your mouth long enough. You're out here rewriting history like you always do, talking about how you were the real star of the Shield. Yeah? The truth is, you've been jealous of me for over a decade. Jealous that I was the face of this company, while you were always the second option. You got involved in my match at WrestleMania. You cost me everything, and now you want to play the victim? That's real cute, Seth. But fine, you want this match so badly you're begging for it. Backlash in St. Louis, you versus me, one-on-one. I accept. And when I beat you in the middle of that ring, that will be the last time you ever challenge me one-on-one, just like you wanted. No more excuses, no more interference, just you and me. And after Backlash, everyone will finally know who the real top guy in this company is.
Well, whether HBK delivers the ruling from the back or not, one thing's for sure, these two are far from finished with each other. There's so much history between these two, it can write itself. And Seth Rollins interjecting himself in that match could have reignited the spark.
At Backlash.
At Backlash.
At Backlash.
At Backlash.
At Backlash.
Coming up in a few weeks, folks, Backlash, one of the biggest nights on the calendar. Make sure you've cleared it. Shaping up, and it's going to shape up based on what we've just been seeing between Roman and Seth to be an absolute slobber knocker. Of course, we're still waiting for that one to be made official. Right now, let's get back into the action tonight. Here comes the United States Champion, Penta. Well, Penta is your fighting champion, continuing that great tradition with that United States Championship. He's put that title on the line in open challenges time and time again. It looks like he's ready to do it once more tonight for you folks. Of course, Penta representing the United States Championship very well ever since winning it all the way back at Saturday night's main event, Mexico City, against LA Knight. We haven't seen LA Knight since that night. Penta here is in the building, ready for his challenger. Now we're just seeing who's got the guts to answer Penta tonight. As he makes his way into the ring and dressed like a little bit like a samurai tonight, Penta might be a sign that he's defending his kingdom. Zero fear is the message from Penta. Penta, your United States champion, is standing tall in the middle of that ring. An open challenge on the table, but how many times has he done this before? He's done it many. The question is, who's brave enough to answer tonight? Crowd is buzzing. We're all seeing who steps up to fight this champion. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes Javon Evans, the young OG, the young high-flying demon. He's answering the open challenge of Penta. This is no ordinary challenger, folks. Javon Evans has been turning heads lately. He actually defeated Gunther in a match not too long ago. And that's a huge statement. The kid's got confidence and he's got ability. I have very, very high hopes for this man inside the WWE and where his trajectory can take him. Tonight he steps up to the United States champion, and this could be a big opportunity for Evans, probably the biggest of his young career. Or a very tough night against a proven warrior like Penta. Either way, this is what the open challenge is all about, folks. Can Javon see off the United States champion? Or can Penta see off Javon Evans? It's going to be an interesting dynamic, folks. That's what it's all about, the United States Championship, the working man's title. This is going to be one hell of a barn burner to open Monday Night Raw, following that Ilya and Gunther match, a great traditional match that's going to be very technical based. Now it's down to the Master of Ceremonies. Well, the bell has sounded here, and we've got ourselves one hell of a United States Championship match. Penta defending against the young Javon Evans, who's going for a handshake and some mutual respect showed here. And Penta, the fighting champion, who's made the open challenge a proud tradition, taking on a kid who's already got a big win under Gunther under his belt. Nice chain wrestling to start, both men feeling each other out. And Penta using that veteran savvy. Evans relying on his speed and athleticism. That's going to be the story of the night, folks. Collar and elbow tie up to start. Penta drives him into the corner. Of course, Javon Evans may be athletic, but the strength is where Penta is dominant. And a collar and elbow tie up again. Irish whip into the corner. A nice kick there from Penta. Champion taking control early in this contest. You can see the confidence in Penta. A few victories will do that to a man. But Javon Evans is unpredictable. He's bouncy and he's exceptional. And another Irish whip from Javon Evans. Going to see some young OG athleticism here. German suplex to Penta. Javon Evans is such a talented young high flyer. Quick as a cat, explosive, and he proves when he took down Gunther that he can do it at the very highest level. But Penta is, I would say he's a different proposition. Evans is fighting back. The speed and agility is causing problems for the champion already. And another Irish whip sent to the outside and a drop kick. Penta manages to reverse it. Penta going to hit that sling blade. And these contests right here is what makes the United States Championship so special. Nights like tonight where a hungry young challenger gets his shot. Tries to pick off and do a surprise, and a nice somersault attempted there from Penta. And reversed from Javon Evans and a stunner, a springboard, a wheelbarrow stunner there from Javon Evans. Interesting move. Into the ropes we go. And I think things are about to get bouncy, folks. He usually likes to do this. Bounces off the ropes and a hurricanrana to follow. And I truly believe Evans has that it factor, speed, agility, and the willingness to take risks. That bouncy move you just saw that from him there. That's a wonderful suplex. Looked like a corkscrew suplex into the pinfall. Could have the United States champion pinned and doesn't. Young challenger showing he absolutely belongs in there with the likes of Penta. In the early stage of this match, another Irish whip and a dropkick attempted. Penta manages to telegraph that. What's Penta looking for here? Springboard into the tornado DDT. The champion, using that veteran savvy, knows how to weather storms like this. Doing a great job here. Both of these men putting it all on the line tonight. United States Championship. Oh, God. Oh, no. Penta might be looking to throw it out, caution into the wind. And a somersault over the top rope, taking down the young OG. Crowd chanting, this is awesome. I tend to agree with them. It's a very athletic display here from both these men. Fallout and the Raw after WrestleMania. Of course, Backlash coming to you in just over a month's time. And look at Javon Evans' speed there. We'll have some more announcements. Oh, God. Javon going for that OG cutter. And it connects. That could be enough to beat the champion. It's a huge opportunity for Javon Evans. A win here would make it massive for his career. And Penta's just not going to go down that easy. Now Javon going to the well again. Another springboard. This time knees up a little bit. Left Penta maybe with a little bit too much time to recover. Zero fear is the message. He's been one of the most consistent and the most exciting performers in recent years as Penta. He's done this dance many times before. Into the corner goes Javon Evans. Penta might be looking for a big one. And usually when you end up in that corner, you wind up in that corner against Penta, the drop kick follows, and that's exactly what Penta's looking for. Headstand on the turnbuckle and a drop kick. Perfectly executed there from the United States champion. Might be signaling for that Mexican destroyer. Maybe not. Driving Javon into the ropes. Could be looking for a big move. Javon manages to escape that. Javon might be looking to get bouncy again, and a stunner. Springboard stunner this time. The young challenger showing he absolutely belongs. Like I mentioned earlier, he's showing that he really can control the pace as well. What the hell's Javon Evans doing here? Oh, wow. Oh, sometimes you just gotta watch and admire. That's the way you gotta admire. Taking the turnbuckle pad off there. Pretty sure that wasn't what Javon maybe needs it for it's for a move. Understandable. Thought he was doing some heel work, and we'll wonder if that'll be a fact later in the match. Frog splash attempted. Maybe needed it for that elevation. And Javon's night could be about to end. The Penta driver. The fighting spirit of Penta is on full display tonight, and a kick out from Javon, not just yet. One of these men, you've got to wonder what's got to give in this match. Who's going to make the mistake? Kick to the midsection. Javon, he's looking for another cut. Oh, my word. You know, every time I watch this young man, you shouldn't underestimate him, and the referee not counting that. That's an interesting move, and Javon a bit frustrated. I would be too. Don't underestimate Javon Evans. The kid has already got big victories. He's already got a high ceiling. And he's arguing with the referee. And that naivety allows Penta to hit the Mexican destroyer. And Javon Evans is done. And Javon Evans turning to the referee, asking why she didn't count. That split second of youthful naivety cost him dearly. Well, Evans was distracted. Penta struck with the Mexican destroyer. A 1-2-3 was all it took, and Penta retains the United States Championship. What a heartbreaking way for the young Javon Evans to lose. That inexperience just showed itself at the worst possible moment. Penta with them veteran instincts once again. He saw the opening, and he took full advantage. I mean, Evans showed tremendous heart and ability tonight, but that momentary lapse with the referee proved to be different. The United States champion continues to defend that title with pride. Another successful open challenge for Penta. What's next for Penta? That's the harsh reality of this business, folks. One mistake, one lapse in focus, and it can cost you everything. Penta stands tall once again. I'm excited to see if he will carry on this tradition. Congrats, Penta. Well, here comes your new World Heavyweight Champion, Stephanie Vaquer, La Primera. What a story for Stephanie Vaquer, the woman who always came up just a little short until last Sunday at WrestleMania. You guys remember back the Elimination Chamber. Vaquer eliminated half of the field in that brutal match. Still came so close, yet so short, but at WrestleMania she finally broke through and captured that World Heavyweight Championship. From falling just short time after time to standing tall as champion, this is Stephanie Vaquer's moment. She carries the weight of the entire nation on her shoulders. She's a very proud woman. Let's listen in to what she has to say regarding the championship victory. Well, wait a minute, folks. Here comes Kiana James. The former Women's World Heavyweight Champion is making her way into the ring. Well, it looks like Kiana is done waiting around, even though it's not even been a week. We'll just wait a second for the graphic to pull up because Kiana did have a rematch clause. And it's official, next week on Raw, Stephanie Vaquer will have to defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Kiana James in a one-on-one rematch from Saturday night's main event in Mexico City. And don't forget, the Intercontinental Champion Obafemi will be back in the building next week after that controversial no disqualification victory over Finn Balor at WrestleMania. Big things to come on Monday Night Raw next week. Well, here comes Roxanne Perez, the first ever United States Women's Champion. What a victory for the Prodigy, winning that brutal 6-woman ladder match to become the inaugural champion. Roxanne Perez looking every bit the future of this women's division.
WrestleMania. I did it. I climbed the ladder, and I became the new WWE United States Women's Champion in a 6-woman ladder match. Everyone said I was too young. Everyone said I wasn't ready. But here I am, standing in this ring as champion. I'm not just another rookie. I'm the best prodigy in all of WWE. The future of this women's division starts with me. So tonight, right here on Raw, I'm making it official. The United States Champion is issuing an open challenge. Any woman in the back who thinks they're brave enough, anyone who wants to step up and try to take this title from me, come out here right now. Prove me wrong. I'm not hard to find. The prodigy is waiting.
Well, who will answer the call? Oh boy. Well, I believe that's going to be Jacy Jayne, former two-time NXT Women's Champion, leading her group Fatal Influence tonight. She's got that dangerous edge. I'm sure as hell, she's not afraid to use it. She's accompanied by Fallon Henley, a former NXT Women's Champion herself. And of course, the other woman, bringing that no-nonsense attitude, Lainey Reed, the Southern Belle. One of the hottest rising stars in the game right now, with all the charisma and talent to match. It looks like Jacy Jayne is going to be answering this challenge. Fatal Influence looking united and ready to cause problems as they head to the ring to answer Roxanne Perez. Well, Jacy was close at WrestleMania. Let's not forget that. She had climbed the ladder and she was so close to pulling down that United States Championship. She just fell up a little bit short. Of course, when 6 women are all combustible elements and all vying to become the first of something, it's always going to provoke chaos and close and uncertainty. You never can predict. It's about seizing that moment, and it looks like Roxanne Perez was the woman of the moment, the moment of the night. Well, Jacy Jayne is a proven winner, and that's where it's dangerous. Because Roxanne Perez's first title defense, much like Penta's United States Open challenge earlier, is no easy one. She's got serious competition here in Jacy Jayne. Of course, Fatal Influence outside the ring. They could play a major factor here. They're ringside and ready to get involved for sure. Well, the title will be on the line, folks. It's going to be a very interesting dynamic, this one. I think it'll be a very close contest. I wouldn't be surprised if Roxanne Perez's United States Championship run ends abruptly here tonight. You've got to admire the champion, the fire in Roxanne Perez. She's been through the wars and she's still standing tall as champion. That ladder match was a real war. We're not going to waste much time here, folks, as these two approach each other. I'm going to stare down. Interesting dynamic. These two women did cross paths at WrestleMania in that ladder match. They did dish out some punishment to each other. We're going to get underway here. Collar and elbow tie-up. Because the women's division comes so far over the years. They really have the technical aspect as well. And Jacy Jayne, a crafty veteran, drives Roxanne Perez into the corner. Two-time NXT Women's Champion. She's leading Fatal Influence like a true bad person. Clothesline there from Jacy with a ruthless edge. She's going to point down and deliver some word salad here to Roxanne Perez early in this contest. You can see Fatal Influence here on the west side, on the east side of the ring, sorry folks. They're at ringside lurking. You got to watch those two. They could be a major factor here. Roxanne Perez is starting to shift the tide. Roxanne Perez has all the talent in the world. She has the speed. She has that never say die attitude, that suplex to the outside. Certainly will pull the match in her favour. Incredible night of action we've got here on Monday Night Raw. The fallout from the Raw. The fallout from WrestleMania on the Raw after WrestleMania. In just a few days' time, we go over to the other brand, which is AEW Dynamite. That's going to be a very stacked, jacked, and packed episode. You're not going to want to miss that. Going to take Roxanne Perez back into the ring here as Jacy Jayne. The referee counted 6. Hurricanrana. Good work here from both these women in the early stage of this match. Jacy Jayne proving her veteran wherewithal, her talent. What an incredible rise to fame that Jacy Jayne had in NXT. Was obviously an outcast. Was a side woman. She was a member of Toxic Attraction. She made her way to be the central figure and win them championships. You know, that takes a lot of grit, a lot of determination. Sometimes, even though you see your peers passing you, it can be the longer road that you take, but the longer road can be more important. Wait a minute, fatal influence causing a distraction at ringside. Roxanne better keep her eyes on Jacy Jane here. Another hurricanrana. Laney and Fallon up to no good here. I tell you what, if you're Roxanne Perez, you have to be wondering why the hell they're allowed out here in a Russian leg sweep from Jacy Jane and some fists, some ground and pound to follow. Like I said, they're going to be a big factor in this match. It's about how Roxanne Perez can deviate her attention away, and Jacy Jane just soaking in this atmosphere. She's certainly not shy to show her feelings towards Roxanne Perez in this contest. Irish whip into the corner. Roxanne Perez could be in trouble, turned away. Look at that rake in the eyes here of Roxanne Perez. That's a wonderful takedown there from Jacy. Well, wonderful is a very it's a silly word to describe it. Underhanded tactics, maybe. Against the ropes. Roxanne Perez could be in trouble. What the hell is she... Oh, God, a springboard against the middle rope. Against the bottom rope, sorry. Jacy here, spinning kick. Kick out 1.5 there from the champion. She's looking to retain on her first night as United States champion, and of course, quite admirable from Roxanne Perez that she chose to defend the championship on her very first night. Now she's going to get dragged to the outside. Thank God. Glad them Sharks aren't circling, but Roxanne Perez here, without the Sharks circling, may have just been knocked out on the outside of the ring. Jacy going to make her way back into the ring. And the ladder thrown into the ring here from Laney Reid. Look at that. They're up to no good out here. And another one attempted and misses. And Roxanne Perez now with a Luthez press, and she's going to fire away. She's going high risk. And with high risk can come high reward or big punishment. And a Meteora from the top rope. And here we go again. Roxanne trying to stay focused in this match, but Fatal Influence is doing everything they can to rattle her. And a roll-up pin attempted here from Jacy Jane off the distraction could be the shocking factor. He's going to determine a kick out from Roxanne Perez again there. Fighting back, that's the spirit of a champion that I believe Roxanne has. She's got to keep doing that all night, I'm afraid. The hell's Roxy got in mind? Oh boy. The hell's Roxanne Perez got in mind a drop kick to Jacy Jane. Oh God. Might be looking to send her to the outside. Oh no, she's managed to stay in the ring. Thought she was trying to... Oh God. They're just up to... This is the strategy of Fatal Influence. It's not ethical. Continually interrupting in the match. Let your leader have a goddamn match. Try and win the United States Championship. Stop interjecting. I'm sure they've received very good instructions from Roxanne Perez, who flies out and takes down Fallon Henley. She's seen enough. Laney Reid running like a scalded dog. She's out of here. Jacy Jane is aware. But I don't think Roxanne Perez is aware that Jacy's up. And a big super kick, and now Roxanne's spotting a crimson mask on her first title defense. Oh God. You have to wonder. I knew they'd be a factor on the outside of the ring. Is it going to cost the United States Championship a huge knee from Jacy Jane? That might be all that she... Oh no. Spinning forearm, and for the championship, it could be enough. And is it enough? And somehow, somewhere, Roxanne Perez kicks out. One incredible. Jacy's just absolutely furious with the referee. I thought the referee did a good count there, good pacing on the count. I don't know what Jacy's complaining about. She's going to go back to work on Roxanne Perez here. Maybe feels like she's give Roxanne her best shot and it wasn't enough. Goes for a grapple there and misses. Now Roxanne going to fight back. Oh boy, a little pop. Rox. Distractions, referees. Is it going to be the narrative of the night? No, Jacy Jane kicks out. But I worry for Roxanne Perez because every time she starts to build momentum, Jacy Jane's got Laney Reid and Fallon Henley causing distractions at ringside. And this is getting ridiculous. The turnbuckle pad has been hit off and now we're going to trade some blows. Roxanne Perez is fighting back with everything she's got. Jacy Jane there, of course, fighting as well. I think the frustrating thing here, obviously for us and watching and everybody, is that Jacy Jayne on her own has the talent. She does not need to stoop to these levels. These two are going toe-to-toe in a grueling battle for the United States Championship, but Fatal Influence just won't stay out of it. That's the narrative of the night. And a neck breaker from Jacy Jayne there, taking down the champion. What the hell is she instructing to Fatal Influence? Maybe asking them to stay out of it. Jacy telling Roxanne to suck it. Fallon Henley, oh no, she's asked for an instruction from Fallon Henley to debuckle that pad again. Oh God. No, Roxanne's going to fight out. She's fighting back. And she's going to hit it. Roxanne Perez, she just hit the Pop Rocks. And she's going to get the cover. And sometimes being crafty is not enough. Prodigy showed the champion's heart tonight. And my God, what a victory for Roxanne Perez. Despite all the interference and distractions from Fatal Influence, she retained the championship. Fatal Influence tried every trick in the book. In the end of the day, Roxanne stood tall. And what performance by this young champion. Thank God justice was done here tonight. I mean, if I was the referee in charge, definitely ejections would have happened there. They were getting a little bit too much, a little bit too involved. But it was inevitably their distraction that allowed Roxanne Perez to create a momentary lapse and to shift the tide of this match and hit that Pop Rocks to retain a United States Championship. I'm very excited for this era of Roxanne Perez as your Women's United States Champion. It started exceptionally. Will it continue even better? Oh, and what a journey this man has been on. Here comes the new World Heavyweight Champion, Jacob Fatu. Everybody doubted him, but Jacob Fatu won the Royal Rumble and earned his shot at Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And on night one, Jacob did the unthinkable. He defeated Brock Lesnar to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. And in that moment, we saw the passing of the torch as Brock Lesnar seemingly retired from this business. From being doubted by so many to standing tall as champion, so is the story of Jacob Fatu. Simone Werewolf is in the building tonight, and for the first time, he's got that World Heavyweight Championship wrapped firmly around his waist. Now we're going to tune in to what Jacob has to say in response to everything that went down at WrestleMania.
New Orleans gave me the biggest moment of my life, and now I'm standing here in Dallas, Texas, as the new World Heavyweight Champion. First of all, I gotta show respect. Brock Lesnar, thank you. Thank you for choosing me to be your opponent at WrestleMania. Thank you for putting it all on the line and giving me everything you had in that main event. The world doubted me. They said I wasn't ready for the beast. They said I was too young, too inexperienced, that I didn't belong in the same ring as Brock Lesnar. But I proved every single person wrong. I retired the beast, and I took this World Heavyweight Championship. It's an absolute honor to be standing in Dallas right now, holding this title for the very first time. This moment right here, this is what I worked my whole life for. But now the question is, what's next? Backlash is coming, and I'm not one of those champions that hides from competition. I'm all gas, no brakes. I plan on defending this World Heavyweight Championship as frequently as possible. So if you want a shot, if you think you can step up and take this title from me, come get it. Because the monster from the Rumble is now the monster on top. And I'm not slowing down for anybody. Jacob, cousin, congratulations. You did it. You retired Brock Lesnar, and you are the new World Heavyweight Champion. On the SmackDown before WrestleMania, I won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. That means I have a guaranteed title shot whenever I want it. At WrestleMania, you said you didn't need the bloodline. You wanted to do it on your own, and you did. I respect that. But there's always a Plan B cousin, and my Plan B is cashing in that Andre Battle Royale win. At Backlash, I'm coming for that World Heavyweight Championship. Family is family, but business is business. I'm not asking for your permission. I'm telling you, the bloodline is coming for the head of the table.
Good God almighty. And Fatu been whipped like a little government mule. And they're destroying him. Solo Sikoa and that no good son of a gun, Jey Uso, have turned on Jacob Fatu. And they're taking him apart. As God is my witness, this is one of the most savage assaults I've seen in a long time. And Jacob Fatu just won the World Championship at WrestleMania. And now this? Jey Uso, who was supposed to be family, has stabbed him right in the back. Him and Solo are beating the hell out of the champion. And they're not stopping. Somebody get some help out here. He's in... Oh, God. What a despicable act. What a despicable act by Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso. New World Heavyweight Champion being laid out in the middle of the ring. Or in the outside of the ring. And a Samoan spike to finish it. And I hope you're proud. I hope you're proud, Jey Uso. I hope you're proud, Solo Sikoa. You already had the goddamn match. You won the goddamn Battle Royale and you do something like this. It's a disgrace. Solo Sikoa and Jey Uso. I have no words, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the general manager, HBK, is going to have some... Well, we're just weeks away from Backlash, folks. One of the biggest nights of the year. And it's shaping up, in the words of old JR, to be an absolute slobber knocker. And as we can see tonight, big matches already teased on the horizon. And as we head towards that event, we're going to continue the Raw after WrestleMania. Much more to come, many more surprises, many more shocks. It's going to be a good one, folks. Well, here comes Paige, who at WrestleMania became your new WWE Women's Champion. What a way to win the gold. Paige was the Money in the Bank holder who waited for her moment and then cashed in on AJ Lee right after AJ Lee defeated Jade Cargill. She stole the spotlight and the championship in one night. Jade Cargill even quit the company after that tough loss. And wait a minute, here comes AJ Lee from behind. She's attacking Paige with fury. And AJ Lee is about to brutalise the new champion. And in my opinion, she's got every right to be furious after having her moment stolen at WrestleMania. Good God, AJ Lee letting all that frustration out. Paige could be in big trouble here. And of course, the emotions and the tensions are high. These two, a lot of history already into the steps goes Paige. A lot of history between these two. A lot of animosity stemming even from the Divas era. And we're not going to waste any time into the barricade. Goes Paige. And it looks like AJ Lee is about to go into the ring, folks. But Paige is trying to get back to her feet. It doesn't look like... Oh, and a drop kick into the barricade. She showed all her fury here tonight. I mean, I would be pissed. Imagine if you were in that situation, you just had your WrestleMania moment stolen from you. She's going for a microphone now. This one's going to be interesting.
Last Saturday at WrestleMania Night 1, I did what everyone said was impossible. I beat Jade Cargill, and I became the new WWE Women's Champion. I finally had my moment, my glory, my redemption, and then Paige blindsided me with that briefcase, hit me in the back of the head like the coward she is. Well, I just beat her ass ringside a few minutes ago. I dragged her out here and I laid into her, but that wasn't enough for me. So now I'm standing right here in this ring with this microphone in my hand, demanding that this gets made right. I want Paige out here right now. I want her one-on-one, and I want to finish what she started at WrestleMania. So if you're still breathing back there, Paige, get your ass out here, because I'm not leaving this ring until I put you out for good.
Wait a second, what the hell is Alexa Bliss doing out here? Sister Abigail. Alexa Bliss just planted AJ Lee right in the middle of the ring. And the former champion is out cold. And Alexa Bliss, who beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania and has always felt underappreciated and always hated that woman in the ring, has made a massive statement here tonight. Well, the Nightmare is here, but after what she did at WrestleMania, a lot of people are looking at her differently. She lost to Bianca Belair and then turned heel in the most vicious way possible.
WrestleMania. Everyone is still crying about it. Crying about how Bianca Belair beat me. But let's call it what it really was. A complete robbery. The referee was garbage. The conditions were a joke. And Bianca got the luckiest night of her life. That's why after the match I beat her so bad, she won't be seen for months. I put her on the shelf, and I don't regret a single second of it. She took something from me, so I took everything from her. And now Shawn Michaels tells me I've got Julia waiting for me. Good. Bring her on. I'll snap her in half just like I did Bianca. And to all you fans in this arena and everyone watching at home, stop calling me mommy. I don't need you. I don't want your cheers. I don't want your support. From this moment on, I'm done playing your little game. No more mommy. No more smiling for the camera. Just Rhea Ripley, the Nightmare. And I'm going to destroy every single person they put in front of me.
Well, here comes Julia, the beautiful madness, and a former undisputed champion who held that Women's World Heavyweight Championship for an incredible 277 days. This young lady's been through so much. She came so close in that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. She pushed Liv Morgan to the limit last week on Raw, 2 weeks ago on Raw, sorry. And tonight she's stepping into the ring with a real purpose. And you can really feel how much this match... Wait a second. And after what Rhea Ripley did to Bianca Belair at WrestleMania and putting her on the shelf, I didn't expect anything less. Rhea with a sucker punch to kick off this match here. Now Julia drove into the barricade. I'll be surprised if we even get a goddamn match here tonight. Now Rhea just beating down. And her aggression's on another level tonight. She's in it for herself and she'll destroy anyone who gets in her way. You have to wonder if Julia will even make it into the ring post there. Brutal shot. Can we finally get this in the ring? The referee's going to ring the bell. The match has made its way into the ring. A super kick from Rhea. She don't give a damn. She's looking to brutalise everybody. And the clue's in her nickname, the Eradicator. And that's what she's trying to do. And she's doing a pretty darn good job of eradicating some of the top women in this division. The World Championship was always the goal for Rhea. Why like this? Why like this? And a big boot in the corner. Rhea Ripley sending a statement of intent. And a huge power bomb from the Eradicator. Going to go for the pinfall. And of course, since that bell's tolled, a kick out from Julia. Rhea Ripley is on a rampage tonight. And she only cares about hurting people. I don't know, Julia now coming back with the fight. And she's going to have to show that fight into the steps, goes the Eradicator. And this young lady has been through so much lately. But look at her now. She's trading blows with the Eradicator and holding her own. She's going to throw her into the barricade there. One thing's for damn sure about this young lady, the beautiful madness. She's got that never say die attitude that these fans love. She's a true competitor through and through. Tougher than a $2 steak. That's for damn sure. Now wrenching the arm. Gonna turn the arm and she's gonna wrench the arm down, and Rhea is in trouble. She's pouring her heart out here, Julia. She's taking the fight directly to Rhea. But it's not gonna last long. And I don't know what's happened to this woman, but this selfish, ruthless version of the Nightmare is hard to watch. The Hurricanrana from Julia shifts the tide. Another big shot. The former champion is refusing to let this opportunity slip away. Of course, you have to wonder, the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Women's Championship, these two women certainly always in the conversation. An Irish whip into the corner goes Rhea, and Julia going to fight with everything she's got. Julia is making believers out of everybody here tonight, but Rhea shifts the tide. Another big kick. Another back kick. She's showing no mercy here tonight. Rhea Ripley, the turn on the fans has turned her into a straight-up monster. I can't imagine this one's going to be pretty, folks. Sit-down powerbomb there. Hook of the leg and a kick out there. Maybe looking for a riptide here. No, she's going to go for a... Well, that's an impressive throw. The strength is on display of the Eradicator. Headbutt attempted. Julia reverses. Oh, yes. Resilience from Julia is on display. And a slam. And she's not letting Rhea intimidate her one bit. And this crowd is universally behind Julia. She needs to continue the onslaught, not let Rhea recover. Oh, God. And after what she did to Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, how sickening that was. Can't believe that Rhea Ripley attacked Julia before this goddamn match even started. Goes for the headbutt, reversal there from Julia and a forearm. And smelling blood is Julia as Rhea Ripley is lacerated above the right eye. To the top turnbuckle goes Julia. Maybe looking for something big. Maybe looking for something to change the landscape, and a missile drop kick from Beautiful Madness. And this crowd here is electric. And my hat's off to Julia tonight. This version of Rhea is not something that anybody's familiar with. She's showing she can really hang in there with her. Irish whip now, ducks under, and maybe jumps over. No, a big boot from Julia, taking down the Eradicator. Into the corner goes Julia, into the corner goes Rhea Ripley. And Julia building that momentum, another stomp to follow. My hat's off to Julia tonight. She's taking it, the fight right to the Eradicator. Showing the heart of a true champion. Oh no. No. Riptide. Referee's quick down to the count. Could be about to get it. And Julia with the shoulder up. I have to wonder that inside that mindset of Rhea Ripley. And she's going to go straight for the referee, John Code. Rhea, I don't know what's happened to her. This is ruthless. It's a selfish version of herself. It's getting hard to watch. Oh, God, what's she going for here? Reversal from Julia. Come on, Julia. These fans are willing her on. She's taking a fight to the Eradicator yet again. Could be about to settle the score here tonight. Prove the doubters wrong. Oh, she's going to go for that suplex driver. Could be enough to put away the Eradicator. 1, 2. Not enough. Because we saw at WrestleMania Rhea Ripley's resilience, despite all her actions, it were all intents and purposes, still a very incredibly resilient wrestler. Julia now gliding across the ring. Headbutt attempted, Rhea with the reversal, a clothesline from the Eradicator. And this is in danger of getting ugly fast. Irish whip now into the ropes, which pops Julia up. The aggression from Rhea is frightening. She's a completely different person since turning on the fans all that time ago, 7 days ago in fact. She looks to have adopted a new sort of personality persona, a more ruthless and more aggressive version of herself, and a frog splash misses. Julia's certainly not giving up no matter what the odds. And another driver. That could be enough, and it will be enough. Referee John Cone down for the count, and a kick out from Rhea Ripley yet again. I have to say, I cannot call this one, folks. It's very close. Julia asking the question of Rhea, how much heart you got, Rhea? How much you got? Where is that fighter? Well, Julia going for a big knee to the face of Rhea Ripley. Make yourself famous, Julia. Get a victory over Rhea Ripley tonight. Get them shoulders on the mat. Pinfall for 3. You could be looking yourself straight into the World Championship picture for sure. Of course, Julia's befriended Jordan Grace, who did win the China Memorial Battle Royale. She will be able to stake her claim to a World Championship opportunity following that victory at some point. Rhea with a headbutt, and now we're going to see Razor's Edge. Good night. Julia in trouble, Julia in range, and Rhea's mindset is clear: to hurt, to dominate, and to conquer. And she, what the hell? Referee calls for a rope break. Rhea Ripley's absolutely furious. Rhea's turning into a straight up monster. And that change in the perception has turned and reared its head into something ugly. You have to wonder how much Julia has left in the tank. Another headbutt there from Rhea. They're like Looney Tunes with the birds flying around the head. And Rhea going to the middle rope. Now a reversal from Julia. She's fighting with everything she has left. The beautiful madness will not be denied tonight. And another forearm taking down the Eradicator. Another big shot. The former undisputed champion is refusing to let Rhea Ripley run her over. And a signification there. The throat slit might indicate that Julia senses the end is near. I'm telling you folks that Julia has what it takes to defeat Rhea Ripley here tonight. She's got that fire in her eyes, but Rhea, one more time. A riptide again. And I don't think there's any coming back from that. Well, Rhea's mindset is clear. It's to hurt and dominate people. She only cares about herself, and it showed here tonight. But of course, in one-on-one competition, Rhea Ripley did successfully win the match. No shenanigans. Nothing strange about that performance. It's a strong victory for the Eradicator as she looks to stamp her name in the ticket to become world champion. And that Razor's Edge there certainly shifted the tide, in my opinion, of this entire match. And my hat's off to Julia. You know, she came, she had a good go, but it wasn't enough. Maria managed to get the job done. Despite Julia throwing everything at her, the Eradicator stands tall here on Monday Night Raw. Rhea bleeding all over the place. The match is over. Oh, God. Rhea Ripley isn't finished, and she's turning on Julia. What is she doing? And savagely attacking her. And this is disgusting. Somebody needs to get out here and stop the Eradicator. What the hell's she got in mind here? I just don't know what's happened to Rhea Ripley. This reign of terror has got to stop. The nightmare has become a monster. And the demon in your dreams in a theme song is becoming a real thing. My heart breaks for Julia. She fought her absolute heart out, only to be brutalised after the bell. This is going too far, God. On the announcer's desk, what the hell's Rhea got in mind here? Somebody get out here, somebody stop it, somebody do something. Anybody do something. What the hell has Rhea got in mind? Oh my God! Through the announcer's desk. I'm telling you folks, this version of Rhea Ripley scares me. She's out here ending careers. And the Eradicator, again, stands tall. And we're not going to waste any more time, folks, moving on with the show after what Rhea Ripley just did. And here comes the new Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. What a war she went through at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch defeated Nikki Bella in one of the most brutal no disqualification matches I've ever seen. Thumbtacks, the lot. It had everything. You got to respect the toughness of and heart of Becky that she showed in that match. She earned this title the hard way.
Dallas, Texas. Let me hear you. Thank you for coming out tonight after what happened last weekend in New Orleans. I beat Nikki Bella at WrestleMania. I took the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. And yes, it was the best thing for business. Nikki had that title for far too long. Gatekeeping it, making it boring, making it irrelevant. I did what everyone else was too scared to do. Sports Illustrated just named me the best women's wrestler on the planet. I've got a hot husband waiting for me at home, and I'm still the most must-see woman in this entire industry. So to all the Nikki stans crying online right now, cry harder babies. Your favorite is done. The era of Nikki Bella is over. The man is here. The man just took over this division, and things are about to get a whole lot more interesting.
Becky, I see you. You look so happy holding that title, smiling for all these people like you finally won something that matters. But things that matter, they can just disappear. Poof. 1 second they're there, the next, gone. I've been watching you for a long time, Becky. You think you're the man? You think you're safe now. I don't need to pin you. I don't need to make you tap. I just need to get in your head and make everything go poof. So congratulations on your big WrestleMania moment. But just know, I'm already here, and I'm not going anywhere. Sweet dreams, champ.
Who in the blue hell do you think you are? Coming out here looking like a complete freak show, talking all this creepy poof nonsense. You think you can just show up and threaten my title? Not a chance. You're not getting anywhere near this Intercontinental Championship. I'll make sure of that. But you know what? I've changed my mind. If you really want a shot at the man, you're going to earn it the hard way. Next week on Raw, you're running the gauntlet of the man. 3 opponents of my choosing. And if you somehow survive, I'll give you a match at Backlash. But if you fail, you can crawl back into whatever twisted little hole you came from and stay there.
And Becky Lynch is laying down the law. She doesn't believe Tatum Paxley's ready for this level. The man is calling her a novice, a rookie, and she's setting up a gauntlet match for Tatum next week. Well, here comes CM Punk, the second City Saint. And the goal is simple for CM Punk. He's looking at redemption tonight after that controversial loss to Cody Rhodes on WrestleMania Sunday. You've got to admire the fire in this man. He's been screwed over before, and he's not letting it happen again without a fight. Well, CM Punk is certainly one of the toughest men that I have ever seen. One of the most resilient competitors we've ever seen. These fans are firmly behind him tonight. After everything that happened at WrestleMania with those brass knuckles, Punk wants a fair fight. And he's here to prove that he's still the best in the world. Well, there's no secret, there's no denying that the clock is ticking on the career of CM Punk. Just how much he has left in the tank, how much time is ticking left on the sand timer of CM Punk's career is something that is always in the conversation. The World Championship gold will always be the gold as long as CM Punk's got a beating heart. Cody Rhodes took that all away from him. WrestleMania, but tonight he's going to get an opportunity at redemption. It is CM Punk's biggest opportunity yet. A fair fight nonetheless. Can he beat Cody Rhodes? And now here comes the WWE Undisputed Champion, Cody Rhodes. Well, the American Nightmare retained at WrestleMania, using them damn brass knuckles. A victory that for sure left a sour taste in everybody's mouth. But I can assure you, and we can assure you, that Cody Rhodes has been checked thoroughly tonight. No weapons this time. And after we saw at WrestleMania, I don't trust him one damn bit. That right there, folks, is no fighting champion. He's a coward who hides behind shortcuts and cheap tactics to keep the title. And by God, Cody Rhodes has become one of the most unlikable champions I've seen in a long time. Worse than most. These fans here in Dallas, Texas are letting him have it tonight as well. And rightly so. The question is, can he actually beat CM Punk without cheating? Well, we're about to find out, folks. The WWE Championship is on the line. And it's in your main event of the evening. But of course, after this match, we are going to hear from John Cena. See how he continues his journey. Retirement looming. We don't know when, we don't know where. But I'm excited to see what the next step in the road and how he is after WrestleMania, after that brutal match with Bret. As a man of his age, it's not going to be great on the body, let's just say that much. After that controversial finish at WrestleMania, with those brass knuckles, we're finally getting a rematch here tonight. CM Punk has been waiting for this opportunity all week, and the champion has been thoroughly checked. No weapons, no excuses tonight. You can cut the tension with a knife. These fans are ready for a proper fight. Well, you can cut the tension with a knife. You can cut the palms. You can see the palms are sweating of the fans of CM Punk. And the referee in charge, of course, for this contest. He's going to hold that WWE Championship high above the ring. The title is on the line. And this one is for sure going to be a slobber knocker. Well, the bell is about to sound in this massive rematch. CM Punk looking sharp and focused. Cody Rhodes looking well like Cody Rhodes. No emotions, nothing. It's Cody Rhodes circling carefully after what happened at WrestleMania. He knows he's got a lot to prove tonight. And we're both men starting the matchup with some technical chain wrestling here, feeling each other out. Punk gets the upper hand, twisting the arm. Going to take control here early on in this match. Cody Rhodes needs to fight out of this. And he does manage to switch the momentum back in the favour of Cody Rhodes. And to be expected, you know, a slow, methodical pace to open the match. Cody Rhodes is in control, but after using them brass knuckles at WrestleMania, I don't trust him one damn bit that he's going to make this a technical wrestling contest. And Punk is taking the fight to the champion here in this technical exchange. The Second City Saint looks to dial in and be on fire tonight. A big clubbing blow to the lower back there. Punk trying to wear down Cody Rhodes and take down there. A little bit of a long exchange there, and Punk with the double hands. Here we go. CM Punk with that fire in his eyes. My hat's off to him the way he's opened this match, and a neck breaker kick out from Cody Rhodes. And Punk's goal is simple. It's to make believers out of everybody here tonight. Cody Rhodes now, the American Nightmare, using every bit of experience. This is the same coward who couldn't win clean. And you better believe if CM Punk makes a mistake, Cody Rhodes will latch onto that and punish him. What the hell's he going for here? Disaster kick. An absolute disastrous sequence there from these two men. After what was an incredible match at WrestleMania, goes for them punches, and now CM Punk going to continue. Irish whip and Hurricanrana to boot. Hurricanrana, sorry. Maybe signalling the go to sleep already. The best in the world is showing why right now. Why he's got the caliber to become the world champion. Cody now with an uppercut. Oh, God. He might be looking for a crossroads already. No, he isn't. Is he? And nice move there. Inverted DDT. Planting Punk on his back. Cody Rhodes now. Collar and elbow tie up. Oh, wow. We're going to see some Alabama slam. We might be in Dallas, Texas, but it's never too far away for an Alabama slam. This version of Cody Rhodes has become the most unlikable champion I've ever seen in the WWE. Despicable, disgusting, and shortcuts are what determines this man and defines his career. Cody better not try any underhanded tactics tonight. These fans in attendance have paid a decent, substantial amount of money for a fair contest, and Punk is coming back. He's pouring his soul into this match, CM Punk, and this is what makes him a legend. And a Russian leg sweep from Cody, and he's going to go for the pinfall off of that. A kick out from Punk at 2.5. What the hell's Cody got in mind here? Cody in the middle rope. Oh, what wonderful athleticism, plucked out of thin air by CM Punk. In the back, the lower back of Punk hurts, and oh no, not like this. The lower back looks to have gone of Punk. Oh, we're going to see the Crossroads Trinity. CM Punk had him up for about to hit the GTS, and the lower back gave way. And not like this. Oh, the kick out from Punk. You're not worthy, chant the crowd. And Cody may be laying it in, but you can tell that he's rattled already. He knows deep down CM Punk is the better man. The bionic elbow. Cody Rhodes now. He's going to let this crowd. False confidence maybe. We saw at WrestleMania he didn't believe in himself to get the job done. Another punch attempted. And now Punk now. Anaconda Vice. We saw this locked in at WrestleMania. What an incredible submission hold. Cody's struggling. Now knees to the back. Cody Rhodes going to escape. What a never say die attitude from CM Punk. He's been screwed over before. He's been screwed over multiple times, even before his return. And now he's looking to set the record straight. And could be looking for a GTS here, folks. And might be about on. What's he looking for here? Cody Rhodes manages to telegraph reverse DDT. Hats off to CM Punk. No matter how many times he gets knocked down, he keeps getting back up. A clothesline from Cody Rhodes. This version's hard to stomach. What the hell's Cody going for here? He's going to go for that cross body. And Punk out of thin air, the best in the world, is going to win the championship. GTS again. Hook of the leg. Cody's hanging on. And a kick out. He looks desperate to keep that title by any means necessary, Cody Rhodes. These fans are willing CM Punk on here. He's so close to getting that Undisputed Championship, and a Crossroads will put Punk down one more time. I think he's going for another one. This does not bode well for CM Punk. Oh, God. What a disastrous cutter. Punk is in dire straits here, and Cody might be about to put him away. And Punk reverses. GTS again. Punk has that fire in his eyes and he's smelling blood. He's not letting Cody get away with what happened at WrestleMania. Kick out. How? You have to wonder what heart, what fight, what desire both of these men have turned. The pressure seems to be getting to the American Nightmare though. Punk now signifying that he's still fresh despite taking a lot of Crossroads. Wait a goddamn second. Oh my God. What the hell is Randy Orton doing out here? He just beat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania and Randy's stomping and punching away at Punk. The match has been called off, folks. Oh, God. Randy Orton's measured him. My God. Randy Orton just punk kicked. Oh, no. What the hell? Another punk kick. The referee's calling for the bell. The skull of CM Punk nearly ended up in row Z. I don't know what's got into the Viper. I can't believe what I've just seen. CM Punk seriously hurt here. We need some medical staff out here. The Viper strikes. I can't believe what we've just seen, but we're not going to waste any time, folks. I've kept you for long enough. And this is your closing segment. Here comes John Cena. He's the so-called leader of the C Nation, but tonight he's one of the most despised men in this company. And my God, what a despicable human being this man has become. He turned his back on these fans, calling them losers and saying the relationship is toxic. He's becoming the biggest heel I've ever seen on the roster, and he's really damn proud of it as well. After that brutal match with Bren, it's clear to me that Cena is nursing an injury. But here he is anyway, limping his way out to the ring like he owns the place. This man is horrible, folks. Absolutely horrible. You can feel the hatred from this crowd. Rightly so. Travis Scott shenanigans. John Cena has changed for the worse, that's for damn sure. And one thing is, he doesn't care who knows it. Well, let's hear what Cena has to say. I don't know what's happened to John Cena, but this version of him is downright sickening. He used to be the face of this company, now look at him.
Look at me, still standing tall in the middle of this ring. I told every single one of you what was going to happen at WrestleMania, and I delivered. I beat Bren, and I shut him up for good. Now I'm taking a much-needed break. These old bones need some rest after carrying this company for over 20 years. But don't worry, I'll be back. And when I return, I'm not coming back as the guy you grew up cheering for. I'm coming back to ruin wrestling, just like I promised, to all my so-called fans. You're a bunch of phonies. You're awful. You cheer for whoever's hot this month and turn on them the next. You have zero loyalty, so enjoy this little break from me. Because the next time you see me, the Hulkamaniacs, the C Nation, all of it is dead. I'm here to burn it all down.
This crowd certainly no love lost for John Cena. Wait a minute, what the hell is that? That's Edge's music, the Rated R Superstar. Goosebumps. This is the biggest shock I've ever seen. Cena looks like he's seen a ghost. And the Rated R Superstar is heading directly for the ring. I mean, I can sit here and tell you stories about these two over the decades, but it writes itself. Here we go, John Cena and Edge are standing face to face in the middle of that ring. These two legends, these two bitter rivals are staring each other down after all these years, and suddenly Cena punches him. What a suck, what a cowardly shot, what a despicable human being. But Edge is firing back. The Rated R Superstar is unloading on Cena. By God, they're going at it. And Edge has Cena lined up. He's in sight, and how many times has he taken this? A spear. Edge just hit a massive spear on John Cena. And as God as my witness, what a way to close the show. Edge has returned and laid out the biggest heel on the roster. Cena is down and out in the middle of the ring. Cena will be away for a bit, but I cannot wait to revisit this one. what is to come for John Cena.